Hello, welcome to Gentle Yoga. My name is Brynne. I'm really glad that you found me here today. I'm really excited to practice with you. It's just a great way to slow down in these busy days and take good care of ourselves. So we are all in for a treat today. Make sure that you clear the space around your workspace so that it is free and safe for exercise. You might want to move furniture or pets or any other items that might restrict your range of motion or your ability to make big postures. And I want to make sure that you are listening to your body. So it's really important to be aware of any dizziness or lightheadedness. If you feel short of breath, if you have pain or otherwise unwell, make sure to stop your practice and self-assess, make sure that it feels safe to join back in. And if it doesn't, just turn the video off and you can save it for another day. Just make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So what you'll need for class today is a soft surface or a yoga mat. I'm just going to use my rug here. It works really well for my gentle practice. It gives me all the cushion that I need. If you have a few blocks, those might be handy. And in your practice, if you like to use bolsters, pillows for extra support, feel free to have those today, okay? Practice with me at your own risk, and let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start on our back today. And if you have those blocks or if you have a few pillows, we'll go ahead and bring the feet together, open the knees wide, and then rest those supports underneath your thighs. Make sure that I'm fully in the screen here, so I might scoot back a little bit. And then just rest your head down. Be mindful if your chin is pushing or pointing up toward the sky. And lift your head gently, lengthen the back of your neck, and rest your head down. And notice your chin moving closer to your heart. If you'd like to, just bring your arms out to the sides, maybe at about a 45-degree angle downward. And then we'll take the palms to the sky if that feels safe for you today. If you feel like you need a little bit more grounding, explore turning the palms down or perhaps crossing the arms over your chest. And just notice what feels best for you. And as you begin to arrive into this posture, take a moment to arrive into your body. Just notice if you need to make any other adjustments to find as much comfort and ease as you can. And then as you do so, just give your muscles permission to release any holding or any gripping. And just soften. And as you feel that release, notice the body just sinking downward a little bit more. Take a moment to observe your mind, your thought patterns, your dialogue. Just observe, noticing. Maybe the mind is busy today. Maybe the mind feels at peace. Without judgment, just simply notice. And then give those thoughts permission to release and float away for this moment. Give them permission to float away for this next hour. And then bring your awareness now to your breath and gently notice the length, the quality, the sensation, the location of travel of your breath cycles. Notice your inhales. Notice your exhales. And just observe, let them flow in and out in a natural, unchanged way. It's good for us to recognize the importance of different types of breathing. And there is a time for a fast breath and there's time for a slow breath. And it's good to notice at what times in your life do you find yourself breathing that way? And in those moments, does it feel beneficial? Or is there another type of breath that we would rather be breathing? So it's important to sense this ability to and power to take control over our breath so that we can self-calm and relax, lower our heart rate, release stress, all of those things that the breath can do for us. So in those moments where you feel anxious or the breath feels short and quick, maybe right now this might be that moment. And just see if you can breathe in just a little bit slower, a little bit deeper. And then as you breathe out slow and full. And we'll breathe in and we'll breathe out. And as you continue to breathe, see if you can lengthen your inhales and your exhales. And just notice any change in the mind or the body or the emotional state, the nervous state, as we tune into a deeper, more full, intentional breath. Feel free to breathe in the nose and out the mouth if that feels best for your nasal passages today. Or perhaps breathing in and out through the nose. Maybe you're laying on your Ujjayi breath. That sound of an ocean wave in the inner ear, or what some refer to as a Darth Vader breath, as though you're fogging up a window pane or a mirror with your mouth closed. And as you settle your breath into a nice rhythm, take about 5 more full breaths. See if you can breathe into your belly a little bit more. And perhaps that breath expands belly, ribs, and all the way up into the chest. And now pause to notice how you feel. Simply observe whether you feel the same or different in comparison to first lying down for your practice. Without judgment, just observe. And then choose to stay in a nice, calm, restful state. Continue to breathe nice and full for the remainder of practice if it is accessible. And from here, take a moment to gently wiggle through the toes and fingers. And moving only the arms, we'll bring the palms together in front of the heart space. Go ahead and just rest your hands and your forearms against your torso. Take a moment to perhaps set an intention to guide you through practice today. We'll take a deep inhale through the nose. And then opening the mouth, exhale all the way out. Good. Let's go ahead and gently bring those hands to your blocks or pillows, lifting the knees carefully. Remove your prop. Take your feet to the floor, a little wider than your hips, and just rest your arms on the floor and just windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Just take it nice and gently here, bringing some movement, blood flow back into the hips, spine. Good. Let's go ahead and bring those knees back to center. And we'll toe heel those feet in until they're about hips distance now. As you press down through your feet, bring your awareness to your neck and your head. And if it's comfortable, gently just turn the head from side to side. So bringing that movement now up into the neck, the cervical spine area, and offering a nice massage for the back of the head. Good. And let's go ahead and extend those legs out once more, nice and long. And then take your legs towards the left side of your mat and your arms overhead to the left as well. Feel free to lift your shoulder blades and walk them left. Let your head rest between your upper arms, and the shoulder blades should stay connected to the mat. Just breathe now into the right side body. Just finding some length from the hip all the way up through the armpit. Maybe you go ahead and bring the right hand in the left hand, and then just guide the arms to the left just a little bit. Exhaling all the way. Good. Gently release the hands. Slowly begin to bring all parts of the body back through center. Take it nice and easy. And then the legs will go towards the right, arms towards the right. Maybe lifting that upper back, so shoulder blades, and walking them to the right as well. Bring your head along and rest it down between the biceps. Good. Nice big stretch for left side body now. And to go a little bit deeper, you can go ahead and take left hand into right hand, and then just gently invite the arm to the right a little bit more. Making sure both shoulder blades remain connected. We're going to stay in this gentle stretch here for one more breath. Good. Let's go ahead and gently bring everything back to center. Very nice. So take those feet a little bit wider again, and we're going to take the knees to the left, the head to the right, and cactus the arms in a 90-degree angle at your sides, palms to the sky. Nice big breath here. Notice the sensation, where you feel it in the body, what it feels like. And sometimes we can feel pain in our practice, which is not what we're going for. And sometimes we feel healthy sensation or healthy tension that just means the body is getting a good stretch. So it's really important to recognize if you're feeling sharp pain versus a stretch, and custom modify as needed. Good. Let's bring the head to center. Gently bring the knees to center. And we'll take it to the other side. So start with your knees first. Knees to the right and head to the left. If the shoulders don't like that cactus position, just stretch the arms straight out to the sides, up or down. Entirely up to you. Big breath here. Again, just noticing points of sensation and what those sensations might mean. Is it sharp pain? Just a good stretch? And then adjust. Let's just bring the head first, and then the knees. Good. Hug the knees one at a time towards your chest until they're both there. You can wrap the hands around the knees or shins and gently rock from side to side, offering a nice deep flexion of the low lumbar. Notice your tailbone is most likely lifted and the lowest point of the pelvis is most likely lifted. So we get a nice good stretch after that. Let's go ahead and pause here. Releasing those feet back down to the floor. Reach for your block or your pillow. Lift the hips. Take the block underneath the pelvis. And then just rest for a brief moment in a supported bridge. Just letting go of all the effort in that low spine, effort in the hips. Even finding a little bit of release and length through that low back. So working towards a stretch for our hip flexor, which is our iliopsoas muscle right here in front of our hips. It tends to get tight if we do a lot of sitting or stair climbing or hiking. So it's important to make sure that we stretch that out so it's not pulling on our back, which can cause lots of pain there. So from this supported bridge position, this might be as far as you go. There is a release of hip flexor. But if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can go ahead and extend your left leg, just taking it down any amount towards the floor and keeping the right foot on the floor. Good. From here, to start to open up the shoulders while we're here, maybe interlace the fingers behind the head. You can also cactus your arms once more, or just keep the arms at a comfortable, traditional Shavasana position. Just settle here and allow that psoas muscle to release its grip with each breath. Just allow your lungs to inflate with the inhale, as well as the belly, and exhaling to soften and release. If you're feeling some pinching in low back, your block might be too high, so adjust that, take it a little bit lower. It can also be done without a block. So if you don't have a block or a pillow, just keep that leg extended. Good. So if you'd like to go a little bit deeper here for the next 3 breaths, you can draw the right knee towards chest, hands maybe behind the knee or in front of the shin as you hold on. Reach that left heel away, draw that right knee in. Notice an increased sensation in this change of shape. You just see if it feels proper and good for you, and just readjust if needed. One more breath in, and exhale out. Good. While we're here, we're going to take left hand to left hip. Just open that right knee out to the side, maybe about 1/4 of the way. Notice that while you're on the block, there's not a whole lot of room to shift the pelvis, and that's what we want. We want the pelvis to stay level here. So if you feel like you're about to fall off your block on the right side, you've gone too far. Bring the knee a little bit closer towards the center. Good. Let's bring everything back to center, and we'll switch left hand on the knee, right arm all the way out to a capital T. And just again, 1/4 of the way, gentle twist towards left. Remember, you're on the block. There's not a whole lot of room to move. And let's bring it back to center. Take that right foot to the floor. And let's go ahead and slide the left foot back in until it's on the floor. And just rest in this supported bridge. Just notice any imbalances in the body that might have been created by that first hip flexor stretch. Good. And then again, staying in this supported bridge or extending that right leg nice and long. If you'd like to, again, let's go ahead and bring the hands behind the head, opening up the chest a little bit here. Breathing into sensation. Using the exhale to release, soften its grip. Good. And then if you'd like to go a little bit deeper for 3 more breaths, go ahead and bring the left knee to the chest. Reach the right heel away in opposite directions. Soften through the shoulders, your face, and your jaw. On the exhale, soften and surrender any tension. Good. Let's go ahead and take that left foot to the floor. Carefully start to slide that right foot in until both feet are on the floor. Oh, actually, let's take that right leg back out, left knee to the chest, left hand to the hip, right hand to the hip, left hand to the knee. I'm all kinds of confused here. Hang in there with me. Open that knee out just a teensy bit without shifting your pelvis. Just breathing into that inner hip. And let's go ahead and bring the knee to center. Right hand on the knee, left arm all the way out. Gentle twist about 1/4 of the way. Be mindful that you're not sliding off the block. And bring it back to center. All righty, let's go ahead and find both feet carefully on the floor. Lift all 10 toes, spread them, re-ground through the feet, and lift the hips up using the strength of your hamstrings and your buttocks. Remove your block or your pillow and keeping the hips in this bridge. Bring your arms along the sides of the body with the palms to the earth, fingers spread wide. And as you anchor down through the arms as well as the feet, see if you can lift your hips just a teensy bit higher. Feel the strength of your glutes. Breathe fully into your belly. Notice the warming you're creating in your body and your muscles. If you'd like to, you can lift the heels off the floor, see how that feels, pressing through the ball of the foot and all 10 toes to maybe lift the hips a little higher. Notice a nice stretch again for hip flexors. perhaps a little bit of your quadricep as well. One more deep inhale. And then exhale to slowly roll the spine down, keeping the heels lifted. Good. Take it nice and slow as we connect the hips and the sacrum. The tailbone connects last. Go ahead and take those heels to the floor once more. Extend those legs up towards the sky. Ooh, and just go ahead and point and flex through the ankles. You can circle out if that's comfortable here. Just take it nice and slow. It feels so good. Every day it would be really helpful to move through the ankles. Our feet and ankles do so much work for us. Reverse your circles. Good. And from here, I want you to keep your arms anchored down to the floor and just bend your knees and then extend your legs. So we're doing both legs at a time. So keep your core belt, your core muscles engaged. So navel pulls down to stabilize. If you need a little bit more, you can take your arms out straight to the side. That can anchor you just a teensy bit more. So we're warming up through that knee joint, as well as getting the quadriceps and the hamstring muscles fired up. Good. Let's go ahead and keep those legs all the way up towards the sky. Anchor the arms at your sides once more, okay? And we'll go ahead and slowly lower that right leg down towards the floor any amount, keeping the left leg in place, nice and still like a statue. On your exhale, slowly begin to bring the right leg back up. Good. So working on some core and some stability here. So inhale. Right leg is still like a statue. Left leg floats down any amount. Lots of engagement. Press out through the heel and exhale. Bring the leg back up. And we're just going to go side to side. Inhaling as you lower, exhaling as you lift. Take it nice and slow and controlled. The lower the leg goes, the harder you work. So check in with your energy today. Check in with how much work you'd like to do in practice. And just customize. Really important to keep the back body connected to the floor as you lower the leg. So if you notice that the small of the back is arching up, or if the shoulder blades are lifting off, make sure to adjust and don't lower the leg as much. Good. Let's do one more, both sides. Soften around your face and your jaw. And go ahead and point those toes to the sky, bring the knees to the chest, and circle the knees out and then back into the center, to the chest, out to the sides, into the center. Good. So this offers a nice massage out for the hip flexors, which we were using for those leg lowers as well as our core. This also just increases hip mobility, range of motion. Good. And let's go ahead and come into a reverse table. This time we're going to integrate some core work through upper and lower body. I may have to move a little bit here. So hopefully you can still see, but we've got this reverse table. We have knees stacked over hips. We'll take those arms straight to the sky, point those toes. Now I want you to make sure the shoulder blades are connected to the mat. So if you reach your fingertips up and the shoulder blades peel off, bring the shoulder heads back down and keep them connected. Take a deep inhale. Then on your exhale, strong commitment through your core. Draw the navel in, gaze is straight up. Good. On your inhale, let's go ahead and tap the left toes down towards the floor, keeping the knee at a 90-degree bend. And exhale, bring it back up to center. Inhale, left or right. And exhale to center. Good. This time, inhale, left toes tap Right arm reaches back. Maybe taps overhead. Exhale, we come back to center. Inhale, switch. Right toes, left arm. If you need to just do the legs, that would be totally fine today. Just continue to breathe and alternate sides. Make sure that, again, that knee stays bent in that 90-degree. What joint is actually opening, extending, and flexing here are our shoulders and our hips, okay? Two more, both sides. So that'll be 4 more full breaths. Notice what's happening to the limbs that are not executing the work. Can you keep them still like a statue? This should be your last one here. Good. Hug those knees to the chest once more. And again, circle out through those hips. If you'd like to come into happy baby, we'll go ahead and bring those knees close towards the chest or shoulders. Reach up for the blades of the feet and open up those legs a little bit wider. Resting head and shoulders comfortably on your workspace. Soften through the shoulders. Nice stretch for the hips and inner groin. If you'd like to find movement, you can explore a little side to side rocking. Good. Let's go ahead and come to center, bringing the soles of the feet towards one another, and then guide them down towards your groin, and then reach your knees away from your shoulders, coming into this reclined butterfly. If it feels like too far of a reach for your feet, you can hold onto the shins or the ankles. Rest your shoulder heads down towards the mat so the heart can open up a little bit here. And then commit to a nice long spine. So reaching back behind you through your crown. Take another big breath in. Exhale all the way. Good, and gently release. Hug those knees in and give them a good squeeze. Awesome. So we're going to slowly roll to the right side, resting here in fetal position for a breath or two. And then using both arms to press down, lift yourself up. We're going to come right to a tabletop position. I'm going to bring my blocks forward with me so that they're there for me when I need them. Cushion your knees if you need to here. But we'll find a proximal stack of our joints, spreading the fingers wide. Knees underneath the hips. Let's go ahead and tuck our toes here today, pressing down through the meat of the big toe. Feel that nice stretch in the sole of the feet, back of the toes. I love that. Take another deep inhale as you lengthen your tail back and your crown forward. Find some strength and stability in your shoulders in a place where the chest is neither collapsing through the arms, neither is the upper back rounded. So nice, good, stable position. We'll take a deep inhale, moving into cow pose. You can shift your tail up, your belly down, and your heart lifts. And then starting at your tailbone, tuck the tail. Notice the low spine begins to round upper, and then the head releases down. Good. Inhale, lift the tail. Notice that the low back sways and then the heart begins to lift, head lifts last. Exhale, start the tail and then begin to round. So use your tail as that starting point to let that movement ripple up your spine as you move through your cat-cow. Again, committed through those arms and strong shoulders. Gentle hugging down of the toes. A nice soft face. Let's do one more full breath cycle, leading with your tail again. Into cow, and leading with that tail into cat. Good. Let's go ahead and untuck those toes. Bring the hips back towards the heels in child's pose, arms along the sides. Just give your wrists a little rest. You can flex, extend through the wrist joint. You can squeeze the hands into tight fists and then release the hands, squeeze and release. Good. Let's go ahead and rise back up to tabletop. Coming in bird dogs, a little bit of balance, a little bit of core. So spread those fingers nice and wide. This time, let's anchor the tops of the feet. We're going to extend that right arm out, like you're going to shake someone's hand. Keep the gaze looking straight down, or maybe about a foot in front of your left middle finger. And let's slide the left leg long behind with the toes on the floor. Good. Level through your pelvis here. If you want to go a little bit bigger, go ahead and float that left leg up until we have arm and leg parallel to the floor. Pull the belly up and in. Notice if you've collapsed through the left shoulder. So press the hand down and then stabilize as the chest floats up. Good. Notice the strength through your left glute and then all the muscles in the back body being hard. Take one more deep inhale. And then exhale, slowly we'll bring the hand and knee back down. We'll come on to our second side. So right fingertip spread, left arm stretches out in front. Plug the shoulder into the socket. Right leg extends back, toes on the floor. Nice level pelvis and strong shoulder. Belly up and in and float that right leg up. Bringing arm and leg parallel to the floor. Nice full breaths. Let's take one more deep inhale and exhale, return back down. I'm a little bit short on space, so I'm going to go ahead and turn to you for this. Go ahead and stay where you are. We're going to move in this position now. So when you're ready to, we'll extend the right arm and left leg. And then exhale, lower. Keeping torso nice and stable here. Inhale, switch, other side. So see if you can keep your torso, your neck, and your head nice and still like a statue as you go side to side with your limbs. Follow your breath. Give yourself permission to feel off balance. Some days we'll feel a little bit more stable than other days. So it's good for us to just meet each experience as a new experience and honor what is. Good. One more, both sides. Through the shoulder, letting the breath guide the way. Great job. Let's go ahead and take those hips back, child's pose once more. Releasing down. Again, arms can be along your sides. You can roll out through your wrist, flex and extend, maybe squeeze tight fists, and then soften and release. Great job. Let's go ahead and rise back up to tabletop. We're going to slide the right arm under the left, coming into a upper body or upper back twist. Thread needle. Notice I have my left hand kickstand underneath my left shoulder, and that allows me to spiral my heart towards the left. And that's going to deepen that upper back twist, as well as a nice stretch for the back of the right shoulder. Let's take one more full breath in. And exhale out. Slowly begin to unwind. You're going to take your left hand underneath the shoulder completely, fingers spread, press firmly down. Lift that right arm out and up on your inhale. And then exhale, return. Hands and knees. Good. Let's take that left arm, slide it under the right as far as you can until you're resting down to the shoulder and the left temple. Right hand forms that little kickstand underneath the shoulder as you spiral the heart to the right. Nice big breaths into sensation here. Exhale to melt and soften. Relax your eyes and your jaw. Let go of something here. And then we'll take the right hand, fingers spread, press firmly down. Inhale, left arm out and up, unwinding that spine. Good, bring your hands back to the mat. Little bit of a cat-cow here, so just moving in and out, just taking a few breaths. Or maybe moving those hips side to side, whatever feels best for you here. Maybe you find some barrel rolling of the torso, just moving out in some circles. Good. All right. So let's go ahead and come up into a lunge. So if you have blocks, go ahead and bring them underneath you here. They're going to assist you as you step through. So we're going to step that left leg through. Again, making sure that you have some cushion for your back knee if you have or need it. So making sure that we've got a nice vertical front shin. So if I lift up, you can see my knee and my ankle are stacked here. My back knee is not stacked. It's kind of back behind my hip, and that's going to give my hip a bigger stretch. Now, if you need to stack these back joints, just bring that knee in just a little bit more. Press firmly through your feet here and just take your hands to your hips, not your waist, down at your hips. And we're going to just kind of slide the hips forward and then bring them back. We're going to, as we do this, you're pressing through the front foot and the back legs. We're just exploring range in that hip joint. Good. And then find a nice, good place to settle for your lunge, pressing down, lift your heart. And if you'd like to, interlace your fingers with your pointers extended and raise up your yogi sword. Soften the shoulders down. Fingertips straight towards the sky. Good. Anchoring down through both legs so that you feel stable and supported in your stretch. And then if you'd like to, you can lift your heart and your gaze upwards just a little bit. Maybe your gaze stops high up on your wall. Maybe your gaze reaches your ceiling, or maybe your lifted hands. So making sure to find a place that feels good in your body. If lifting your gaze up brings tension to the neck and shoulders, bring it back down. Hands can also turn back to the heart or to the hips if you need to keep those arms lower than your shoulders. Take one more deep inhale. Good, then on your exhale, let's cactus the arms nice and wide, opening the heart to the sky, bringing the shoulder blades together on the back body. Good, and then while we're here, keep the shoulder blades together, release the hands behind, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders back, soften through the face and jaw. Good, while you're here, nice neutral neck, firmly down through the feet. We'll go ahead and just turn the head to the left and then to the right. So we're going to feel a little off balance here. Strong and stable through the legs. Opening up through the chest. Good. Working out kinks and stretching through our neck. We'll bring the head back to center. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. And exhale down. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Gently release those arms. If you have a block, go ahead and take your right hand to the floor on your block. If you don't have a block, then hand goes all the way to the floor. Let's bring the left hand to the left hip. And then begin to spiral the heart towards the left. The shoulders begin to stack. We come into this twist. Left hand can stay at the hip, or left arm can reach all the way back behind you with the palm facing the left side. Good. Really reach through those fingers. And then from there, if you'd like to, you can also wrap the arm around towards your right hip, lifting your gaze to the left or towards the ceiling. Nice big inhale. Stay as you exhale. Slowly inhale, left arm up towards the sky. Circle it overhead and bring it back down. Great job. So we're going to go ahead and step that left knee back. Take your left hand to the floor under your shoulder and open up to a side plank. So we're going to extend that right leg and that right arm. Good. So we're giving that left wrist a break, right? That right wrist a break. It held us in that lunge. So now we're just coming onto a little bit of balance here, a little bit of strength, and giving the wrist a break. So stack shoulders, stack wrists, stack hips. Feel the strength of your obliques on this left side and lift up, lift the rib cage up. Lift that right hip up. And if you'd like to, you can float that right leg. Good. Pause there and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring it down. Very, very nice. Take a big breath in your tabletop. Exhale out. Just finding a reset. Let go of all the work that you've done so far in your practice. And we'll move on to our second side. So coming up onto those blocks, again, step your right foot through, stacking the knee and ankle. So vertical front shin. As you press down through the legs, go ahead and come on up. Good. Notice again that I have my back knee is a little bit behind my hip, and that's going to offer a deeper stretch for my hip. But if you need to bring the knee forward to stack your joints completely, feel free to do that, okay? So hands to the hips, anchoring down through front foot, back leg. And we're just gonna kind of play around in and out of our lunge. Remember to give that back knee some cushion if you need it. Good. Last little bit of work for us here today. And then suddenly, it feels supportive and comfortable that you can sustain for a moment. We'll press down through both front foot, back legs, level pelvis. Good. Strong through the core. Again, interlace fingers the opposite direction. So whatever is your go-to, right? If for me, it's my right thumb over my left. So I've got to switch that left thumb over right. Keep those pointers extended there. And then extend the arms up, soften the shoulders down, belly and rib cage in, and breathe. If you want to go a little bit bigger, you can lift the gaze up the wall. You can lift your heart, slight little arch in the upper back. And if it's comfortable for your neck, maybe the gaze lifts towards your lifted hand. So again, balance challenge. Make sure that you're choosing an option that's going to work for your neck and shoulders. Moving away from pain, away from unhealthy tension. Take another deep inhale. Good. On your exhale, bring your face forward facing once more. Release the hands, cast out wide, interlace the fingers together. Shoulder blades together. So interlace again the fingers in your opposite comfortable way. So my left thumb is on top. Bring your chin towards your chest. Strong and stable through your legs. Roll the head towards the right shoulder. Chin towards chest. Roll head towards left shoulder. So gently side to side here. Stabilize through your legs. Strong through your core. This head movement will make us feel off balance. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's what we do with those thoughts that matter. Can we adapt? Good. One more time, head toward chin to the chest with the head to center. And slowly come on down. We'll take the left hand to a block or the floor, right hand to the hip, begin to spiral the heart towards the right. Anchor the front foot and bring the knee back into the midline. Oftentimes we kind of forget about this, this stable, connected position. We roll to the blade of the foot. So keep it all connected right in the midline. Good. And from here, long spine, tail to crown. And stays at the hip, or turn the palm to the right, thumb pointed to the sky, reach the fingertips back. I know my window is really bright back there, so you can't see my hand, but it's just reaching straight back behind me. And if you'd like to go a little bit bigger, to stretch the shoulder, you can wrap the hand around the body towards that left hip. Lift your heart. Connect through your core to bring the belly in and away from your front thigh. Then inhale, circle that right arm all the way up and back around and down. Step your right foot back, take your right hand to the floor, spread, open up to side plank. You're gonna kickstand your right foot back behind you, left leg extends, left arm reaches. Last work here today, my friends. Rest and Shavasana coming right at us. Lift up through your rib cage. So the under ribs, lift them up. Strong through that left hip. Lift that leg a little higher. Find a little bit more length, tail to crown, and a broadening across your chest. Lots of space between the collarbones and the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release everything back down. Take a few moments here to move through cat-cow or some circling of hips and shoulders, whatever you need. Good. And when you feel ready to move all the way into your back, slowly making your way there, seated, extending those legs. Good. So releasing all the way down. Just a very brief figure 4. So right ankle across the left knee, and we'll hug the left leg in. Ankle flex through both feet. Right knee away from the shoulder. Long neck here, and no tension in the shoulders and neck. So if you're really having to reach and kind of grunt to hold on to that left leg, if you have a strap, you can thread the strap, or the left foot can come to the floor. And you can just press that right knee away. Take one more big inhale. Exhale all the way. And slowly find your second side. Left ankle over right thigh. Hug right knee in. Left knee moves away from the shoulder. Relaxing the shoulders and head and neck. Flexed ankles to protect the knee. And full breaths here. And we'll slowly come out of this. Coming into a bridge to set up for our relaxation. So pressing down through the feet, pressing down through the arms. Let's lift the hips up. And then while the hips are lifted, slowly float your arms up and back behind you. Reach your fingertips in the opposite direction of your toes. Big stretch. Then exhale to slowly roll the spine down. Good. Once the hips connect, set yourself up for your final rest. Nice long spine there. So find a place for your legs that feels best. Bring your hands behind your head and inhale, gently lift the head and slowly release it back down. We'll take a few moments here. If you need longer, you can exit out of this class and stay as long as you like. Take a big inhale together. Unhinge your jaw, exhale, sigh out. Take as many breaths like that as you need to begin to soften and surrender, letting go of the work of the practice, just settling into this beautiful place of rest that you have created for yourself. And begin to bring your awareness back to the body by deepening your breath. Pause to notice how you feel. And gently wiggle the toes and fingers. And carefully just turn your head from side to side. Good. Well, go ahead and bend the left knee, placing left foot on the floor. Just roll to your right side. Stack your knees, rest on your lower arm, feet open. And when you're ready, use both arms, press down, and lift up to a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall. Stacking your head over your heart, right over your hips. Take a deep inhale. We'll circle the arms out and up overhead. Bring palms together and exhale, hands to the heart. Feel the shoulder blades slide down your back. Heart lift to your thumbs. If you'd like to, you can bow your head to your heart, expressing gratitude to yourself for the practice. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself, joining me here for gentle yoga, taking time out for your day, for your health and wellness. I applaud you, I honor you, I thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for joining.